G'day, champions. Let me know if we're live, would you? Be a darling and let me know if we're live and if everything sounds good. I think I just clipped the microphone then. Alright. Are we loud and clear? Alright. Amplifiers. So, I'll just take this opportunity to let you know that the Dry July donation link is in the comments. I think it's in the comments. If not, look at my 5,000 other videos where I review non-alcoholic beverages. And we're almost there. We're almost double the target. And if we get $2,000 and we're 1860 something, then I get a little award plaque, which will look cool. And helps out people. It's just to reiterate, it's a fund that goes towards helping people that have cancer, are getting cancer treatment. There's various different foundations that they just distribute the funds to. The biggest one's McGrath Foundation. Mum had breast cancer, and she got a breast nurse, so that's someone that closely monitors her condition. And that was completely funded by the McGrath Foundation, who Mum has chosen to donate all of her fundraising to. And I'm choosing to donate it to Dry July Foundation, who distributes it amongst various foundations. So, yeah. So we've raised almost $2,000, which is awesome. And I'm going to go through and thank every single one of you in a video. You know, I'll get like 50 views, but I'm going to do it because I really appreciate it. And I think you deserve to have your name mentioned if you've donated, no matter how small the amount. Jump on there and just give us $10, 15, 20 bucks. We'll get over the $2,000 mark, and then I'll stop bothering you, which is probably what you all want. So, just got up early. This morning, what is it, 6:15 a.m. here. Went out to watch Oppenheimer last night, which was intense. I was so excited. It's the same cinema in its same configuration where as soon as it opened, I saw the Matrix, the original Matrix. So yeah, it was pretty amazing. And I know Michelle liked it because as soon as she came home, she started Googling Oppenheimer and his history. Add a bit of drama, and Shell's in the game. So, I'm going to get through a bunch of amps today. Let me know if there's any issues with the audio or video. I've dropped the bitrate down to 12 megabits per second. So hopefully it's stable. Right, so today we've got, first cab off the rank, JCM 2000 SLX. That's the 2100 head by Marshall. Reports of no output, or intermittent output anyway. I'll just grab a power lead. I've been trying to get through the guitars. We had Dad here last week. And started this week. He gave us a hand catching up, which was fantastic. I would have been pretty screwed without it. Bloody hell, Rob. Sorry to hear that, mate. Hate to start the stream on a downer, but that's the life we live. So, no signal. Let's attach the meters to monitor the output stage. These sockets are a little bit tricky. The number looks like it's on the next pin. Alright, where's our main HT node? Could get a schematic, I guess, but that's a little bit like cheating. I'll just tap into the output transformer itself. Just check that we've got the center tap there. We've got 30 ohms, sounds right, and 15 ohms, so we do not have the center tap. The center tap's the white, the red wire. I'm just like a bull to red. 15, 15. No, the center tap's the brown. Okay. 16, 15. Right. So of course we've got the red wire there on the valve socket. I should have known. So we've got 15 ohms on one side. Could just measure across the output transformer itself. I'm just showing you where the leads go to. In fact, let's do that. It keeps our wires a bit shorter. Right, so the white goes to that side, red goes to that side. So I'll just put the meters as the pair of valves are on the bench, which is the opposite to the way the terminals are connected on the output transformer. Wake up meter. 15.4, 15.9. Alright, so that's our DC resistances across the output transformer. We'll put those meters a bit out of the way. I'll rig another one up just to watch the plate voltage. If I can find my leads. There we go. As always, I'm not doing this as an instructional video. I'm just letting you be on a fly on the wall while I fuck around in the workshop. Right, we can see the meters, no reflections there. I've got an LED strip light under the shelf here, which makes for some pretty obnoxious reflections on the meters. So, Alan, Rob, how you going? G'day, Lyle. G'day, Hakko FX. Whatever your real name is. Glenn, how you going, champions? So we should be very accurate? I don't think so. All the fuses are intact. Quite a bit of hum there from the transformer. I'll check that those laminations are tight. Look at your RGB setup, YouTube boy. That's just that's my shop lights, just to make the shop look a bit more snazzy. Because one thing I've found with these downlights, they're spaced at the sort of distance you'd expect to see in like an office, which is fair enough because it's probably what they intended this place to be. But the thing with musical equipment is it's all black. So you've got these downlights spaced at what? Probably 2 meters in a grid. And they actually offer pretty much fuck all light once the sun's above. The shop's a little bit dingy. So I really wanted to put some spotlights on the guitars, like some track lights with some, well, not halogens, but you know, the style, that the spotlights on the track, LEDs. But I haven't sort of finalized the outlook at the layout of the store, so I'll probably do that once I decide what I'm doing with my life, which I'm not sure I ever will, because I kind of just want to travel and study, but that's never going to happen because I've got to pay bills. It's been like that since I left school. I've always wanted to study, but I've never had the time or money because I need to make rent, and pretty much couldn't as a student. So I guess I'm stuck with the store now because I'm in too deep. So what ranges am I going to carry? Which way do I want to go? I'm pretty well convinced I want to go like the boutique-y route. So have stuff here that you can't play elsewhere, you know, like track lights really aren't a life commitment. They kind of are, because you don't know how much I detest plastering. So if I need to move lights and I've got to plaster the holes, not happy boy. So we're drawing 35 watts there in standby, which seems low, but all the heaters are lit. I thought it would be higher than that. What voltage are we running today? It's probably a bit higher, 242, because none of the other factories are open yet because they're not as crazy as me. G'day, Hacks Monkey. ACDC already did that. What do they do? Plaster things. It's always odd to see Brad in a jacket when it's 97 with storms on the way. Yeah, it's not been the coldest winter, but it was 4 degrees outside this morning. It gets colder just before dawn. Alright, let's plug in the speaker before we flip that standby switch, eh? Otherwise we'll have another problem to fix. Or several of them. So we'll set it to 16 ohms. We'll set it to high power mode. We'll set them to volts. And then we'll let it rip. Give it some signal. We'll give it a pretty low signal now just to see how it reacts with pretty low output. And I'll give you a bit of the speaker. Volume, 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 volume. I love how Marshalls just say volume for everything. It's like everything's volume. Okay, we're on millivolts. Wrong setting. Alright, so the output's reasonably balanced. Nothing massively out of whack. Now, I've worked on this amp. We're drawing 96 watts, which is probably biased a bit cool. I've worked on this amplifier about 3 years ago, so I knew it wasn't anything catastrophic, or like, you know, I just knew that the amp was in good condition. Otherwise my notes would have said, you know, I advised this and this. One thing I did say on the invoice from 3 years ago, which is good reason to keep good records instead of just having like some of the other techs where they just have a single line, amp repair, $300, right? I've got notes on the job that I can refer back to, because amps come back all the time because they are hot, vibrating things that get abused and treated like a piece of military equipment in a war zone, essentially. That's what amps get treated like, and they're not built to that standard, because you've seen a bit of military kit. Well, it looks military for a reason. Amplifiers aren't built to that standard, but they're expected to put up with that treatment. So that's why there's a repair industry, essentially. People get upset that their amplifier needs repair. Well, it's a piece of consumer equipment that has a lot expected of it, essentially. So anyway, I kept the notes and had a look back at them, and I advised replacing, I think one of the valves was not barely conducting, but pretty heavily out of balance. I advised him that that was the case, but also said, it's a rock and roll amp. You're not really going to detect it, but if it gets any worse, let me know. Alright, we've got no signal. So, first thing to check, effects loop jacks. since we're not running away in the output or anything weird like that. So the effects loop jacks appear okay. There is no hint there of signal at all. Let's go into the effects return. We've got signal. Alright, so something in the preamp is stopping our signal. So this is the dual master high gain thing. Alright, so let's just do some quick tests to see if the output stage is conducting. Sorry, the input stages are conducting. It's early. I can't speak yet. Rightio. So pin 3, B1, 0 volts. That's not good. Okay, so I think we've got straight away the first thing we've tested. We've got no voltage being developed on the cathode of V1A or V1B. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Because that's showing nothing on anything. Really? Have we got an open dropper? We do have voltage on the phase inverter. Alright, so we're not getting anything after the phase inverter node. On the cathodes. So what am I doing wrong? I'm doing something stupid. We've got massive plate supply. 440 volts. So have we got a dead ground there somewhere? Let's turn this off and figure out what the hell's going on. So what do we got? We've got voltage on the plates of the output valves. So that's not the droppers, because otherwise there'd be no voltage there. But we've got no voltage being developed across the valves, really? So the cathodes, 0 volts in relation to ground. But the phase inverter has got 50, as we'd expect. So that's a weird one. We've got a shorted cathode resistor. No, because that would be different on each stage. Wow, this is a weird fault. Check heaters. Yeah, well, that's the next thing. So, the heaters for the phase inverter are linked to the output valves. And the heaters for the first 3 preamps go via, well, they're a DC supply, I believe. Let's just see if there's any DC there at all. I've just got it in standby. No DC. I've got 7 volts AC on the phase inverter. Sorry, I'm 1 valve over. We've got nothing on AC on the preamps. We've got nothing on DC on the preamps. So Lyle wins a beer cooler. Don't you, Lyle? I think I've already sent you one though. So when I get some hoodies printed, Lyle's not a hoodie guy. I think I'll send him a t-shirt for guessing that one. So we've got no heater supply to the first 3 valves, and that is derived from this area, and it's got its own fuse, I believe. So we've got red and black. which go under the board. Just trying to see where the wires go. Yeah, so that's those two there. Now they said there was some intermittency. I loved MTV up until 95, yeah. I've got to catch up on the chat today. I just want to get to work. Alright, so I might pull this board, check the solder connections, because these caps are on a crazy angle. This is our main filter cap here for the heaters, the big bulgy fucker, but lots of people see that bulge and assume that there's a problem with that cap. So it's time for zoomy zoom time. See that bulgy cap there? That's the heater supply filter. And there's its bridge rectifier down there. That bulge is just the plastic disc. Now, I'll just press that down. And you can feel the top of the cap isn't bulged. So that doesn't necessarily mean that that cap has failed. But it could have. So, either way, I'm going to have to do some rework in that area. So let's remove these knobs and get that front board out and have a closer look. So I'll get my spoons. No, I might not need them. Sometimes it's loudness. Tone is in the volume. Pardon me. He named that band after what it said on the Marshall. I don't think he did. I heard he named it after what he saw on his sister's sewing machine. Although, at this point, it's all just folklore, isn't it? They probably just say a different story each time to fuck with the press. '85 had amazing music. It also had that AC/DC album. Started with British Invasion as a teenager. 70s went straight into punk in the early 80s. Yeah, boy. It's good to see you chatting amongst yourselves again. Cap looks domed. Yeah, that's the plastic cap. What's that? The cap and bridge is a real chicken egg thing. G'day Travis. How are you, mate? What time is it where you're at? Where I am at, I assume you're saying? Well, it is 6:37 AM on Saturday. What year and model is this? This is a Marshall 2100 SLX. Not sure of the year, mate. It's probably a badge somewhere. We've got a code on the end there. Not sure. I'd have to look up what years they were producing this model for. I think it was mid to late 90s. So it's in really good condition. The only thing wrong with it is it's missing the back plate, which is a bit of a pain because you can't get them anywhere anymore. The rear grille for protecting the valves. Alright, so we've got these annoying screw things. The hex heads, which I believe are Imperial. 732, sorry. Yeah, it feels about right. That socket's too big to get in behind those caps though, so I'll just grab a standard socket. Sid Chrome, only the best here. 732. So it's kind of a vintage amp. Yeah, it's what it is now. Oh, that won't get in there either. That's fun. So has anyone seen Oppenheimer yet? It's just old. Aren't we all? Yeah, if I can fix this on the spot, I'll just get it done. This guy never nickel and dimes me. He wants his stuff done and wants it done right. Yeah, Cillian Murphy. I first saw him in 28 Days Later, and I thought, this kid's going places. And he looks just like my late cousin Tony. Yeah, silly screws, silly tiny short little self-tapping screws. That's what holds on the front plate, and all the pots are fixed to that as opposed to the front panel. Stick my tiny little shifter ratchet. I love this thing. Look how cute it is. Got a little rare earth magnet on the wall. I just stick that too. Nice and convenient. You can see there the plate voltage 765, so 7 volts 60, not 765. So we know we're not going to get shocked. Okay, so that bridge has gotten very hot, and expecting, so what have we got? When you design a DC supply, you've got to allow for some current pulses for charging that cap, right? So you've got to overestimate the current by at least like 1/3. I'd rather go 50%, and have a margin there in the current rating of all the components in that supply to allow for it. That's clearly written out in pretty much every text of designing a linear power supply, right? But a lot of these amp manufacturers, they really push the envelope and what they expect from the parts, and then this is what you get from that. A lot of them are guilty of it. Messer, Fender, they just want to get the amp past the warranty period, and then anything after that they don't really care about. Now, economics being what it is and capitalism being what it is, that's sort of what you get. That's your best you can hope for. So this has gotten way too hot, and it's melted its own solder connections and fried them. So that could be our problem. That would have its own fuse. No, it feeds directly off. So here's the heater supply going to the phase inverter, which then goes to the other, to the EL34s. And then it's literally, you can see the traces, it just taps off that straight into the input of the bridge there. So I dare say that cap's okay. Otherwise we'd be getting AC, well, pulsing DC voltage on here. But yeah, I think we've just got bad solder connections. So let's put some more solder on there because that stuff's so cooked. Let's just reflow it for a sec and put that board back in, and then we'll put a new bridge on there, slightly higher spec. Oh god, just stay there, would you? Higher spec and off the board a little bit to give that board a chance of survival. Try not to melt anything while we're there. Should put the BOFA on, but I'm just going quickly. Get rid of that burnt solder. Just reflow it. Alright, we'll pop that board back in and just quickly test it. That's sorted it. He said it was getting intermittent, which is consistent with that kind of failure. G'day, Steve. My day has only just begun, my friend. It's going to be a long day. I've got about 8 amps to assess, 8 devices to assess, 2 refrets to do, a whole Martin to respray, paperwork to do, tax returns to do, stock to order, a new lease to sign, a house to clean, a backyard to mow, a hedge to trim, coffee to be drunk, and like 6 non-alcoholic beverage reviews to catch up on. I hope I haven't been pissing everyone off. I've seen the subscribership going down every time I post one, but I kind of don't care. It sucks. It's something in the back of your mind, like you spend all this effort building up this channel and then you're just sacrificing it because you're posting content that's not on topic, but I think it's for a good cause, and I kind of don't care. So you've got preamp gain, you've got master and master. So you've got 4 volume controls and 4 EQ controls on this unit, essentially. Scotty, how you going, champ? Good, and I was selling hi-fi gear for a living in the 1980s and got sick of hearing the same well-recorded but boring audio file records every day. Yeah, fucking oath. So I went more roots rock direction. That's the way to go, son. Well, Dad, you're older than me. Yeah, the audio file shit. It's like, ugh. So one of my suppliers, I get Autofon and Project turntables from. I get Autofon, you know, stylus and cartridges. They do Project speakers, you know, sort of affordable hi-fi stuff, but they also do like Ansel, Project Audio, PMC, Rotel. But there's this other brand, I forget the number, Intech or something, and they sell the fucking bullshit. Like, I got an email with a special opportunity, order 10 of these and you blah blah blah. It was a $1,500 fucking cable burn-in device that you plug your fucking RCA cables into, and it supposedly burns them in. Like, I'm just like, what are you sending me this for? You know who I am and you know what I do. Why did that email find its way to me? It's insulting. So yeah, if I was to sell people that, I'd have to leave my fucking integrity at the front door when I walk in every day, and that's not my game. I couldn't sleep at night if I did that. But people sell these things, and all they see is profit margin. They're just like, oh, you make money selling them. I'm not one of those dickheads, so that's why I'll probably never be rich. But anyway, there's another school of thinking where, well, you know, people are stupid enough to buy it, they deserve to lose their money. But I can't entertain it, because I can't stand there with someone and they're going, oh yeah, here's a stereo soundstage, it opens up so much with these new burned in cables, and you're like, no fuckwit, it doesn't. There's no difference at all, and you're a dickhead. Get the fuck out of my shop. But anyway, That's audiophiles for you. I've got no time for them. As soon as someone comes in here talking about, you know, how airy and open their shitty fucking valve amp hi-fi from 1953 is, I'm just like, get out. I don't care. Go away. Anyway, rant over. The 80s was... Oh, like... CD demagnetizers. Oh, fucking hell. Light doesn't care about fucking magnets. Yeah, rearrange all those electrons in the copper, man. But people are just as bad with guitar shit. Like, you've got to have Jupiter caps. You've got to have this. You've got to have Sozo. Fuck off. Fuck off with that shit. Go to the dickhead down the road that'll charge you $6,000 for a Princeton that's got all that crap in. You know... Give him your money. I don't want your fucking money. Anyway, the 80s was, however, when I discovered CUDA. Yep. Lindley, Richard Thompson, Steve Morse, and Dregs, Leo. Can't pronounce that. Another jazz rock fusion. Yeah, I've been getting more into jazz, and it's just reminding me how fucking shit I am at guitar. Fuck me, I know about 1/1,000,000th of the chords that I should. Green Sharpie sounds better than black Sharpie. Yeah, well, that's literally the level of thinking that it is. This just, it's like when you go to school and, like, as a kid, and there's this kid that has all their special expensive stuff, and they just want to show it off. That's what audiophiles are. They're just showing off how well to do they are without offering anything back to society. I don't know. It's essentially a hobby for people that have no mates. That's audiophiles. I know you come here for the rant, so I aim to please. I'm here to deliver. Alright, that meter's about to turn off, so let's do it for it. Let's go again. Sensitivity. Alrighty then. Here goes nothing. Okay, one side of the meter's dropped out. Is that because we've got a bad connection? What's changed? Ah, yeah, we do have a bad connection. One of the meters flew off during my ranting and I didn't see it. Alright, so we've got the meters coming back in about where they were. Still no signal. Well, isn't that a kick in the dick? What voltage have we got there now? Maybe that bridge is buggered. Normally they go short, not open though. We got nothing DC. Alright. So, where's that cutting out? Alright. Jesus. Sorry about that. We'll replace that bridge when we come to it. People who like magic caps, they don't even know what the fuck a capacitor does, to be honest, Steve. Keep up doing the non-alcoholic beverages. I don't watch them, but won't unsubscribe. Thanks, Brian. Currently doing chemo, so much respect for being staunch. Thanks, mate. Jesus, I hope you go. I hope it works out well for you. That would be a hell of a thing to go through. I'm supposed to go see my cousin literally next weekend, or the weekend after, but we were trying to visit him between chemo doses because he's on some pretty heavy doses, and his schedule got changed around, and now he's doing chemo when we're supposed to be there, so he didn't want us to come up because he wouldn't be much fun to be around, he reckons, but we'd be glad either way, but his comfort comes first. We're down to 5 volts. That's not going to kill us. Let's remove that bridge. Could have done a quick diode test, of course, but never said I was smart. Alright. Hasn't blown the guts out of anything, so that's interesting. Normally, diodes fail short circuit, not open. It's a bit fiddly here. The bridge appears to be okay, so what's going on? Okay, that's a worry. So has that cap gone short? We can't test it in circuit because, well, we could remove all the valves. May as well just remove the cap. Need a bigger tip. Story of my life. Axe Monkey, I haven't been in a... fucking thing jumped again. Haven't been into a movie theater for many... sorry. I haven't been to a movie theater in many years. Dad hasn't either. I've been trying to get Dad to go see a movie, but he just won't. I don't know why. I think in the Air Force they had movie theaters and they were really shit, and he's got in his head that that's what they're still like. I was researching speakers and cans and amps. Most of the review. The fucking thing just turned itself off. I don't know how long I was out for, but now we've got audio. Fuck's sake. So yeah, it's working now. I don't know how long I was out for, but anyway. This is why you need to keep up with the chat. What if we all wave our hands? So I've had no audio for fucking ages. Great. Anyway, yeah, so the heater's gone. Now they work. We were at 97 watts before, now we're at 107, so that accounts for the valves working again in the preamp. Let's have a quick listen. 15 minutes or more? Fuck me, really? Because the chat was back. I was trying to scroll sequentially like you do, Lyle. That's another reason why you need to skip shit, mate, because if anything goes wrong, you don't find out for fucking ages. Nice boom mic. What? For a minute, I thought this was a... It's not a boom mic. That's a fucking... This is a boom mic. You're saying the exact opposite of what you mean. So the cap was bad. I don't think it was a cap. I think it was the bridge rectifier was breaking down under high voltage. Possibly heat. It was opening the junction. What kind of pick are we feel like today? We're going James Hetfield. We'll go green. Full gain. Woo! All right. Noisy. Just turn down this mic. Not used to these thick picks anymore. I used to thrash these things all day. Now I'm used to the orange. Any ball orange, which I think's the same gauge as the Dunlops, but they feel a little bit firmer. Isn't a maintenance lag? Yeah, no, you gotta hit. There's a little button that says live down in the bottom left corner, and there should be a red dot next to it. If there's no red dot, you're not live. So click the red dot and you'll be live. And I'll see you in about 15 minutes. I suck at fucking everything, Lyle, at the moment. I play about 3 seconds a day. It's fucked. It's pissing me off. I need to play more, and I need more free time because I'm always here. I think that Marshall sucks at jazz. No, it could do jazz, it's just not at these settings. This band is a heavy rock band. So they're not playing jazz. I'll do the rest of the service to that later. I know what's involved now. There's other just stuff I'll do while I'm in there. Oh, okay. So this is the one with the dedicated bias winding. Normally there's a cap there. There's a bias coupling cap. But there is not on this version. On the SLX. That's interesting. Alright, so we'll get that one out of the way. We'll move on to the next one. Sorry about the no sound thing, champions. I need to keep an eye on stuff, but I just wanted to head down and arse up this one. Just get some shit done. Because everyone's starting to whine about lead times. What's fucking new, eh? So from now on, I'm going to miss a lot of your chat. So I'm going to just talk amongst yourselves. That's fine, but I'm only going to glance at the chat every now and then because I need it to be at the bottom all the time. So fuck me, lads. It's not saying low battery. This thing must fucking eat battery, eh? Hey, yeah. It's not the connector. Oh, it's flashing at me. So you get like one live stream out of each set of batteries. That's pretty piss poor. Alright, new battery time. Maybe I should have just gone with the overhead. Fucking how you going? It's right in my face. Pissing me off. Alright. Just check these batteries. They weren't in the packet, so I'm sus on them. 1.6. Sounds good to me. Get rechargeable. Rechargeable got fuck all current capability. Right, how's that? .2 volts. So 1.2 volts would be the voltage supplied by a fully charged. You can't see the display. 1.2 volts is the voltage supplied by a fully charged rechargeable AA. So with a fully charged rechargeable AA, this would already be dead. So no good. Just to feel better about your own playing. Who? What? When? Get rechargeable. I watch British guitar tech, repair guitar, do spams, lots of hot country style. Yeah. Your streams are like 8 hours though. Yeah, true word, Dustin. True word. This one won't be. I practice well watching my videos. Yeah, you should feel better about your playing after watching me, Alan. When I warm up and I sit at home and I play for like an hour, things get better. But that pretty much never happens now because it's just a constant fucking grind around here. And some dickhead in chat, like usually happens whenever I whinge about something, will go, "Oh, sorry we're such an inconvenience." Yeah, fuck off, idiot. That's just YouTube trolls for you. What do you get into this platform for if you can't handle complete fuckwits? Because the internet's full of them. Right, so Fishman loud box, which ain't, well, it is loud, but the wrong kind of loud. Now this has got a battery. Look at the bloody thing, would you? I need a tetanus shot to open it. People have got to take better care of their stuff, eh? Like, they bring this in, "Oh, I'm so heartbroken it doesn't work." Well, are you really? I mean, it's covered in dirt. Do you really care about it that much? Anyway, we turn it on. It goes through its startup procedure, and then it's adjusted by changing the master, but nothing else affects it. Now, he said the Bluetooth cut out when this happened, so that makes me suspect the Bluetooth circuit. And watch this. Pressing the reverb, the Bluetooth thing seems to slightly modulate the sound, the weird noise that it's making. So how do we get into this thing? No idea. I've got a feeling that these 3 screws and these 3 screws make this whole assembly at the top come out. So let's try that. Loudbox Mini Charge is the product name. Yeah, I get into every live stream with the best of intentions, and there's always something that fucks up. It's every time. No matter how careful you are or how much testing you do, there's always something that causes an issue at some point. Sounds like a fly. Sounds like my mum's asshole cat. Wow. Sounds haunted. Sounds like a theremin. Sounds like Tom York. Hey, I was wishing if I could weigh in on what silicon to use to anchor big components like electrolytic caps. I've been using neutral cure stuff with no acetic acid, but is it really necessary? Absolutely, Nick. The very least is just use a non-acetic cure silicon. There's electronics grade silicons available. They're like $60 a tube or something ridiculous. If it's not touching metal, you could probably get away with acetic cure, but the thing is, you're smelling the vinegar smell. Well, that's the acid essentially vaporizing. So it doesn't matter that it's not touching anything. It's probably still going to corrode surrounding shit. So just use the neutral cure. Can't think of a reason why not. It's available everywhere. I think we've got success here. Look at that. Alright. It's a bit tricky. Let's disconnect the driver and stuff. let's just go a visual inspection first, because the thing has some insects and stuff in it, which is always a bit of a red flag. It looks like something's had a bit of a party in here. Ground off chip numbers, that's always fun. Fucking pricks. Why else would you grind off a chip number unless you didn't want the thing to be repaired? It's just fundamentally a cunt thing to do. Clearly the chip's available, otherwise why would you bother grinding it off? If you can't find the chip, who cares? But yeah, they grind off chip numbers so you can't replace the fucking chip because they're a bunch of cunts. There's a bit of no fluid damage, but lots of spider webs and stuff. 2.4, so that's a microcontroller. This thing's got multiple processors, and the Bluetooth shit is over that end. Where does that go to? The outside is so clean. Yeah. There's lots of glue holding the cabinet together, but not. Wouldn't mind converting it. Good luck with that, Joy Buzzer. There's hardly even an amp in there. Yeah, well, that's Class D for you. There's a bunch of Texas Instruments stuff. I've got a feeling that I found the Bluetooth chip over here. Let's do a quick search. I think is that Renaissance logo. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find any info on this chip. This is all without a schematic, mind you. I think I might have one floating around though, so I can check that out. So 6514020. Does that return anything? Probably not. 6514020. Nope. N89133. N89133. Nope. Women's Billabong beanie. Apparently got the same part number as this chip. 4020. Is it a 4020 N80? Nope. 0 results on Google. So I don't know what that chip is or what it does. So we're flying blind. We've got Bluetooth. Let's unplug the Bluetooth board, see what happens. I think that's only user interface though, so it'll probably still be just as bad. Very Australian search result, yeah. Literally dust falling off the thing as I move it around. So that goes down there. So that is probably the Bluetooth antenna. No, so that's the indicator for the charging the battery as well. So there's probably a separate board that manages the charging down inside the cabinet. And you probably have to get the speaker out to access that. LED board. Come on, champ. Play the game. I'm sweating just looking at you in that coat. It's very hot over there at the moment, isn't it? No one's hating on it because it's small. We're hating on it because it's made to be disposable instead of repairable. Yeah, I think Fishman are a bit better on parts than a lot of brands, though. So that's something. Yep. Doesn't that sound lovely? Michael Stipe. I mean, it could be a coincidence that the Wi-Fi is gone because of dirty power, and that dirty power, you could literally be hearing the power supply without filtering there. Bear with me, legends. Whoa. That's interesting. It changed its character. Just moving stuff around. Yeah, it sounds like a fart. Interesting. So I can change the character by flexing the board. Gotta admit, it sounds pretty funny. So I think we've got a cracked solder joint somewhere, legends. Or a cracked component. It could be a cracked multi-layer ceramic capacitor. I'm suspicious that C49, which is a tantalum cap, seems to be the most sensitive area. And that's attached to U6, which is, let's turn it off for a sec because it's pissing me off. There's a switch, there it is. Best ambient noise. Broken solder joints. Yeah, there's a couple of ball grid array chips. What do you say? 62177. It's probably another meaningless code. Oh! I found a burnt out a resistor with a hole in it here. R57 is blown out, and it's right next to that tantalum cap. Alright, there's a clue. I don't think you guys fully appreciate the scale of these components. That resistor's open circuit. So what's that resistor supplying? C50. $72K. So it's supplying U6. Let me see if I can get this in shot, but so, see this part here? No? Of course you can't. It's fucking tiny. Let's see if we can show you. What kind of scale are we working with? Alright, I've zoomed too far for the camera. See that resistor? Should have a 1000. There's a black hole in the middle of it. And it's open circuit. So I'm guessing that's a 1K resistor, and there's the tantalum cap. So R57's got the snot blown out of it. And that goes to test point 14. It supplies U6. So I think that's our problem area. U6 is probably the Bluetooth controller because it's tiny. The number doesn't mean much because it's probably got other numbers that are supposed to be part of the part number. So resistors don't blow up for no reason. They blow up because too much is expected of them. So what was expected of it? Something that it's supplying has gone short circuit and blown that resistor up. So let's see if I can find some documentation on this one. So let's just go to the mug shot while I look for some stuff. Let's have a little chat, eh? Let's have a wee little chat. G'day Victor, how you going champ? Checking out the local YMCA and waiting for hanging. What? Ooh, documentary called Theremin. That would be a good documentary to watch. What time have we got? 7:33. If my gear has microchips or surface mount components, I won't touch it, but I'm not really a tech. Lots of techs won't touch it, to be honest, Brian. Probably smarter people than me, to be honest. I see it as a challenge and a puzzle, so I don't like letting things beat me, so I've got a very high success rate here, even on the shitty gear. Ugh, fucking, I don't know what bug that came from, but that's gross. But I see it as a challenge, and it's not a way to make money, trust me. Alright, let's see if we can pilfer some illegal documentation on this one. Fleischmann. What have I got in my little stash? Well, I guess that's the preamp board. What version is this? Loudbox Mini Charge. Loudbox Mini Charge. So I wonder if the non-charge had Bluetooth. Birth of Loud, Leo and Les, and the race to be heard. Now it's just a race to the bottom, race to see who can make the shittest amp that'll last the minimum time beyond warranty. I'm constantly just curious as to what these companies' long-term vision is. If you make an amp that fails, or any device that fails like 1 week out of warranty, and that's their goal, to get it to last warranty and then get you to buy another one as soon as possible afterwards. If you buy the amp and it blows up, why would you buy the same amp again? Like, they're basically trying to make ownership obsolete, and every tech company's doing this. They're trying to make ownership obsolete, so you don't own anything, even if it's a piece of hardware. They're trying to make it so basically, overtly or covertly, you've only got a subscription to that thing. So then they can rent seek out of you and seek a constant source of revenue out of you and grind you into the friggin' ground. Instead of buying an amplifier that lasts you 30 years, you've got to buy one that lasts 1 year. And then you've got to buy another one, and another one, and another one. Fishman aren't cheap amps, but they're built cheaply. That's everything. Thin steel, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 folds, laser cut, essentially 2 main boards, pick and place, automated, very quick to produce, and they're charging what, $1,500 for one or something, $1,200. But it's not just them. So everyone's trying to do the same thing, and you can't. It's really, now it's like you can't really single out any company because they're all doing it. So it's just the state of the industry now. But people fall in love with their devices for some reason. Like, people buy a phone and they're like, I love this phone. You don't love, either you don't understand the word love, or you've got a mental issue that needs repair. So people buy a lot of, and again, I'm not saying this is the case with this guy, but people buy these essentially disposable amps and they're like, I love it, I need it repaired, But everything's got a price, so you give them a price to repair it, and then all of a sudden they don't love it so much. So yeah. Anyway, Jesse, how you going, champ? Life is a subscription service now. That's what it feels like, JH, and it's just gets really tiring, eh? Just sometimes you just want to buy something and it's just there forever. Like, things need service, sure, but you know, you don't want to have to buy a new one every. There goes my camera battery. 1 minute, champs. I'm actually on the ball now. I can see that it's happened. I mean, Fishman are relatively good guys in the scheme of things. I'd probably buy a Fishman amp because they're pretty high performance, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter. You can't say I won't buy a Fishman because you buy a Fender and it's the same. You buy an AER and it's the same. You buy anything and it's the same. So you can't really we're in a position now where we can't really single out any manufacturer because they're all doing the same thing. And the only other option is to go old school shit, and then the performance isn't there. So then you got a crazy man like Elaine here that just joined us. Bonjour, tabarnak. Hello, mate. So Elaine has lots of DBX drive rack gear, and he's got passive speakers and big fuck off amplifiers. That's the only other way to go, unfortunately, if you don't want to go disposable, super compact, integrated stuff. Anyway, it improved the quality of the stream to not to have to look at your mug for a minute there, mate. Oh well, I can turn it off if you want. There you go, you can look at a blank screen. How's that? Does that suit you well? There you go, back in a tick. No, there we go. So, overwrite? What? I've already... Hang on. Just copying stuff. Bear with me, legends. Fishman. Loudbox. Alrighty then. Oh, that looks like a Bluetooth chip. So yeah, we're running the fine line between amp repair and computer repairer today. I think that's a different layout. U5. No, that's U7. That's a different generation. That's annoying. Okay, it's got a big jack in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Input jack. Bluetooth switch. No, that's a phase switch. I think this one's non-Bluetooth. This is a bit where I go all squinty and quiet. Sorry. Squinty and quiet. U6. No, that's U9. U5. No, that's U7. Alright, that's a different version. Yay. Generation 2, version 2, preamp. All these schematics look the same. Reverb tank? What? No. I got a feeling we're going to hit a brick wall here, and we know what's wrong, but we don't know how to fix it because we've got no documentation on what this thing's supposed to be. Oh, just open it, you fucking piece of shit. You got to click everything 4 times for it to open. Alright, that's a different generation, so that's no good to us. Now box performer, that's a different model. Yeah, no, we got no schematics for that one. closest we've got is the Loudbox Mini. It looks like first generation. This one's a different generation by the looks of it. And this one doesn't have Bluetooth. Alright. What's our next option? Put it back together and give it back? That's what I thought you said. Mario, that's your name. Tube Workshop. Oh, g'day Wes. How you going, champ? Yeah, I love Fifth Element. It's one of my favourite movies too. Alright. Let's have a quick dig into this thing, see if we can glean any information about these parts. TI-681. TI-681. Alright, so that resistor supplies pin 2 of U6. U6 is TI-681, possibly Texas Instruments. Oh, everyone's talking French. Oppenheimer was fantastic. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, Elaine. Now I've forgotten the number. What was it? TI-681. Tractor parts. Yay. $62177. See, you don't know 62177, 62177 Bluetooth. $6177. Nope. CY. Hang on. CY62177. No. Oh God. Need more light, if that's possible. Got a Spin FV1 for a reverb driver. Or reverb. Digital reverb. Alright, that's much better. 62177 TI-681. Could be 6. I guess CR1F is a date code. 681 CR1F. 681 CR1F? 681 CR1F. Alright, 681 CR1F. 681 CR1F. There's 0 results. Probably a date code. Oh, man. I am sus on that C49. But bear in mind it didn't draw the voltage down because it was, I'm assuming, a 3.3 volt rail. However, if it was, why have they got a 25 volt resistor in there? This is all stuff that we can't find out because we've got no documentation. So what I want to do is probably remove that cap, test it under voltage, and possibly just temp another cap in there for now, so we can put a new resistor in, determine if the problem is that chip or that cap, essentially. Tantalums are shit, Lyle. True words. I just killed my coffee. So, chip removal solder. Or do I get out my swanky tweezers? Nah, bugger that. Chip removal solder melts at a low melting point. So it stays molten for much, much longer than normal solder. Allows you time to get to two terminals to desolder them before the first one is re-solidified. I'm not sure what metal they use in these, but whatever it is, it works. Oh, come on. Go. Haven't ripped any pads. While we're there, we probably don't need chip removal solder on that resistor, but we can grab a bit from those pads and just reuse it. I don't know how well you can see all this, but oh, that resistor just broke in half. Yep, she's blown. She's cooked. We can't resolder to that stuff, so we've got to get rid of it. Alright. Should be able to check now for resistance to ground. So, where's ground? That's ground there. So we've got like 2 meg now. So, what have we got on that cap? .7 meg. That's at multimeter voltages. Let's see what current it draws on the multimeter, on the power supply when we give it, say, 20 volts. See if it's breaking down when it gets a higher voltage. Hello, focus. There you go. Power on. Monitor the 20 volt rail. Give it 20 volts. See what current does. Make sure we don't get it the wrong way around or it will overcurrent. You can't see anything, but I'm not moving anything because I'm busy. Oop. And the current went through the roof. And stayed that way. So that cap, although at multimeter voltages, is showing that it's fine. I didn't test capacitance, mind you. When you give it higher voltage, it breaks down. It goes short circuit, hard short circuit. That was drawing 0.5 amp at 20 volts. It would have gone bang shortly after. And tantalum is not the best smell. when it's burning. So let's chuck a new, I don't know, just an electro in there, 22 mic. Suppose we could put a surface mount there. That'd almost look stock then. Okay, so now I've got to determine the voltage codes for surface mount electrolytics, which I always forget. WD, SMD. This is me surviving on Google because I'm not that smart and my memory is terrible. Voltage rating code. This is how to use the internet. Okay, so it's 22C. So C is 16 volts, so that's not high enough. It could be, but the original cap was 25. So let's at least go with 25. We'll just sub in a electro here just for proof of concept, and put in a 1K surface mount resistor. 0805, 0603. Got no idea the rating of that resistor. I've got a feeling this would probably be underrated because it looks physically smaller. So we might go, I'll see if I've got any bigger ones, 1K. This is just proof of concept, champions. If it works, I'll get the correct parts. Alright, let's get some happy little solder blobs happening there. This is a little bit of a Hail Mary, as they say. Because we've got no documentation to go off, champions, so what else do you do? Well, you know what you do? You decline the repair. That's what you do. That's a professional thing to do, but curiosity, mate. How do you get anything done without being curious? That's what I want to know. You watch. We'll do all this and I'll have the same buzz when we turn it on. Separate those leads a little. This is mad scientist mode at the moment. Watched too much Oppenheimer last night. Alright, let's see if that blows up. Good old tantalum caps, eh? No, Dr. Gear's not here, but he was having an argument with some synthesizer nerds the other day about tantalum caps and how often they fail. And of course, the internet geniuses have never had a problem, so it's not a problem. It's not a problem because that bloke has never personally dealt with it. with his sample size of 3. Sorry, legends, I'll zoom out there a bit. This is... Are you ready for disappointment? I am. Gear with lithium-ion batteries always freaks me out a bit, because you can see what they're capable of in terms of output. Something goes wrong. Ah! Crazy. So that was definitely wrong. Now it doesn't vary with flexing the board. Glory, glory. Okay, so now when I press the Bluetooth button, it changes the frequency. Alright, time for an alcohol test. What I do here, put alcohol on the board and watch where it evaporates the fastest from. That's where your short is. No shorts there. So I think we might have a blown Bluetooth controller chip in that case. So about the best I can do is remove that U6 and just tell him that he's got a amp without Bluetooth now. I will try and send Fishman an email, but they won't respond. So that was definitely a problem, because now we're flexing the board. While we showed that it was short circuit, we showed the resistor was blown. But now we're getting nothing. Let's check what that voltage is now across that cap. .6. So we've got 23 volts on one side, 3.6 on the other. So I reckon that chip's gone short, because that ain't a resistive dropper. That's just a 1K going into that chip. We do have a decoupling cap there too, though. See, if I just had a data sheet for that chip, it might be alright. See you, Travis. Hope you're going to see Oppenheimer. I thoroughly recommend it. Hang on a minute. We got the wrong value resistor in there. Yeah. It's not over yet, legends. Not over yet. One zero zero zero. The last digit's the multiplier. You fucking idiot. I'm thinking 1K. It's 100 ohm. Let's never speak of this again. Oppenhauser. Weisenheimer. Husenhauser. So didn't Barbie and Oppenheimer open on the same day? That's diametrically opposite movies. Oh, Margot Robbie. She's a legend. She's an Aussie too. I don't know if you guys knew that. Someone was posting, why is she speaking with such a weird accent? Because she's Australian, you fucking imbecile. Still remember seeing her with one of the night show hosts. She went day drinking with them and they couldn't at some park. I think I've been to that park actually in Woolloomooloo. They went day drinking and they couldn't keep up with her because she's Australian. Oh, Dr. Gear's here. How you going, mate? Yeah, Oppenhauser. Oppenhauser. Yeah. Have you seen it yet, Six? Good movie. Alright, who wants to take bets? Taking bets. Is it going to work? Is it going to make a stupid noise? Rapid power cycling of the Bluetooth chip. Taking bets. No more bets. Come in, spinner. Oh. Bluetooth is pairing. Holy fuck. Let's Bluetooth pair and let's get a copyright strike. See, this is why I do it. This, champions, is why I do it all. It's the glory. Bluetooth connections. Bluetooth on. Searching for devices. Hold the button maybe. Pair. Scan. No, maybe the chip's still damaged. Oh, that sucks. Lights flashing. No buzz. But no scanny. I'm plugged in the antenna. Yeah. No devices found. No, so still no Bluetooth, but it's not making a hell of a noise. So it's still probably got a cooked Bluetooth chip. And I can't figure out what it is because the number doesn't make sense. But let's give it some signal. Maybe that's the best I can offer him for, you know, the value of the thing. Got signal. Sounds like there's some fluctuation there. Oh, hang on, we've got effects on. Alright, that's better. Yeah, there was chorus and reverb happening. Alright, that's about all we can do for that one, unfortunately, but, you know, it still functions. Just no bluing with blue face tooth. Oh, that was my cup. Alright, Michelle, if you're watching, I'm ready for my second coffee now. You can make one and bring it down. Thank you. So yeah, the Bluetooth light was flashing. So the processor's, the little Bluetooth chip has come to life. But yeah, there's some issues there with it still. It's never quite a home run, is it? Maybe paired with his device, not be able to pair with your phone. Yeah, but it should show up as an available device, possibly. I don't know, there might be some hard reset procedure. I'll look at that later. But we found the shorted component. We found the damaged open resistor. I think that was more than I expected. Alright, what's next? Done the Marshall. We've got a Eden WT-800 World Tour. It's an interesting marketing strategy with those Eden amps. They just call them World Tour. And it's like instant prestige. Like these two are the... I don't know what the logic is. These two are the world or something. If you're doing a world tour, you need one of these or something. If it makes tinny piezo sounds, you've won. That it will. Winning by 1 point is still a win. If you need service documents, we can get them from Fishman. Did service work for Dynamic? Okay, well that's a Fishman Loudbox Mini. Charge. I'll give you the serial number if you need that after the stream, 6. Just don't tell them. It's not like it's a public stream or anything. But I just need to know what that chip is and replace it if it's still a current chip. I can replace ball grid array stuff, small stuff, because, you know, I'm crazy like that. I've replaced USB and Bluetooth controllers with the hot air station pretty easily before. Just don't go crazy with the solder and you're sweet. What does, bro? We had a big gully washer. I guess that means storm. Limbs and trees down everywhere. By some miracle, I have power and internet. Wow, is that all underground now? Black and boomy outside. Oh man, I love storms. I hate winter here because we don't even get rain, except for every fucking Sunday when I'm trying to spray paint. And I got this guy on my back for a spray paint Martin, right? I keep saying, mate, every Sunday, just write down what the weather is, and then you'll know why it's still not done. Last Sunday, rain. This Sunday, it's a beautiful sunny day today, but I won't have a chance to spray paint it till tomorrow. And guess what tomorrow is? 5 mil of rain. Fuck's sake. Still waiting for a piezo manufacturer to call their device the Quack. You know, it is what it is. When everyone's singing American Pie or whatever, no one gives a shit. Everyone's drunk in a bar somewhere listening to someone singing, I don't know, what's the quintessential acoustic song in a drunken pub? Let's look up the job sheet for this one, eh? David Eden. Eden WT800. Lights on, no one home. Lights on, no signal. Alright, let's confirm that. And crack it open. Just have a look anyway. Do you even have levies? No, we don't. We've got dams. These fishmen are weird. You have to press pair button many seconds to get it search for a new device. Ooh, okay. Let's have a look. Whatever your name is. Sit it on the Eden, because I'm a professional. Phone. Oh, shit. Oh, someone's messaging me already. Alright, let's try again. One, two. Oh! Oh, it's flashing quick. Hey, Fishman! Yes! Pairing. Couldn't connect. You motherfucker. Pair, you fuck. It's found it. Pair? No. Pairing. Oh, I hate dealing with digital shit because it's just no or no go. It's go or no go. Pair. Pip. Connected to media audio. Get fucked. I fixed it. See, I told you I'm not smart. Let's get a copyright strike. What do we want to hear as the glorious first song? How about a bit of... what do you want to hear 3 seconds of before I get a copyright strike? How about Brant Bjork? Fixed. Thank you. I didn't realise that you had to hold the button until it started because it was flashing. Generally, that's the pairing signal. When you hold the button in, it flashes faster. Hammer Smash Face by Cannibal Corpse. I've got a mate that always suggests that song too. 3:33. Isn't that silence? 1 minute silence. Fishman and Apple command me to grow a pair. Steely Dan, if you're testing audio gear. That's seems to be a recurring theme, doesn't it? Oh, you gotta listen to Asia. Because it sounds so dry and shit. Well, that is 2 for 2. Success so far. Not tooting my own horn or nothing, but you know. Freebird, yeah. A meme song, yeah. That's the term for it, eh? Perfect fidelity and no copyright strike. Yeah. That's the beauty of listening to really fucking obscure music. It's not even on YouTube. If I was listening to like The Wandering Midget or something, like no one's stupid enough to put that on YouTube. It'd get even less hits than my non-alcoholic beverage reviews. Moving on. Right. Any horrors in here? Helps if you can see, eh? Bing! Look at that big transformer. Just like my granddaddies and his granddaddies before. Linear power supplies. So, no signal. Visual inspection. Pass. No. Have a closer look. There's a big speaker relay. Probably going to be my first area of scrutiny. These two fuses. They are intact visually. Let's see if electronically. Yes. Yes. Now this is a dual channel amp. Bit of a monster. Blue sashes. Hey babe. I went to buy a beer last night, but all good beer was only sold in cans, so no longer good. Oh, you just pour it in a glass, mate. I prefer cans because when they empty the bin in my street, you can't tell how much of an alcoholic I am because it's not clang, clang, clang. But I like cans because you can crush them. And when we go camping, we take cans because you throw them in the fire and they just turn into nothing. Can't do that with bottles. So fun. I love doing that. Alright, so no visual signs of death and destruction. So let's give it some juice and see what happens. We'll start like we should with every solid state amp. Oh, fuck, it's already plugged in. Turned on. We'll start with no load. Draw on 30 watts, settling down. We've got a valve there, so as it heats up, it'll cool down the mains intake, but probably not that much. 25. There's quite a bit of inrush, and it does have a ICL over there. That's settling down to 23. Alright, so we'll check for DC on the output. Helps if you put it to voltage. Oh god, man. 5 millivolt. Ooh. 220 millivolt. That's not great. There is a offset adjustment from my experience in these anyway. Alright, let's go into the output that doesn't have any DC offset until I figure out where that trim pot is and which one does what. Let's look for a schematic on this one. The can taste remains and the pour is off. Alright. I can't say that I've had can taste. Oh, I have, but it tends to be the quality of the beer being shit rather than the same beer in bottle versus can. I guess it's got a plastic coating, and that plastic would probably off-gas to some degree. So you're probably right there, but the beers I taste, it gets completely overrun by the flavour. Severe storm warning. Fuck. Alright, let's have a look at Tornado HQ. Let's turn this thing off before we blow something up. Tornado HQ. Alright. Desk chair. What do we got here? Oh, Lyle just had some storms go over. No tornado warnings. What we got? Coming down to Birmingham, as they say in the UK. Georgia. I'm surprised you aren't getting more tornadoes. There's a few there a couple of hours ago. What was that? $11 p.m. Central Time? Really? What time is it over there? It's only 5:25. Is that yesterday? The day before? No, I don't know. 2 hours ago. Yeah, no current tornado warnings. So, happy days. Just a bit of rain, which is what you want. I can see my house from here. Yeah. MPN and PMP, all these acronyms are making me sick. Nah, that's easy, mate. I don't really listen to them all that often. Godwhacker. Yeah, right. Okay. So just scrolling up. So what beer are you drinking these days, Lyle? What's your go-to in the hot weather? Just seen several deer in my background. The dogs had a good time chasing them. Huh. Got a feeling a deer would outrun a dog. Just got a kegerator. Yeah, boy. You do homebrew, do you, Dustin? If you do, there's a guy over here called the Homebrew Network or something. He's a good bloke. What does he call himself? Gash something. Anyway. Just going to have a look at Creator Studio. Just as another port of call for stream quality. Quality, as Ralphie the Whiskey Channel says. Quality spirit. It's a quality spirit. Alright, so we're going to go whiskey shopping later on Legends. So I hope you're happy to join me on that one. How do I view this in... No, it's going to play an ad. Shut up. Creator Studio. Oh, come on, computer. It's too busy playing an ad to respond to my mouse clicks. Content. Live. View in live control room. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we've got 44 viewers. That's cool. So anyone that wasn't here at the start, I believe I've got the link for the Dry July donation down below. We've got it's the 22nd today, so we've got 1 week and 3 days until I can have a beer. So I'm going to order stuff probably early next week. Say Monday. I probably won't get here till the end of the week, but then I'll have it on Tuesday to be able to imbibe. So we're going to go whiskey hunting. If you're in the mood for that later on, just let me know when you're ready, and we'll get that happening. See you 6 hour drive to the shop. Hard apple cider? No way. That's Michelle's job to drink that crap. What do we got? We've got speak on. Speak on. How should I do this? I suppose you want to hear it. So to do that, I'll need an adapter and a speak on cable. Where's my speak on cable? Oh, I think I gave it to someone. Damn it. Get out my adapters. See you, Rob. Take it, Squeezy Legend. Okay, I know I've got an adapter, but she's going to walk about. This is what happens when Dad comes to the workshop, isn't that right, Dad? Dad used to always blame me for when he couldn't find something. Oh, bloody Brad's been here. He's been digging around through all my shit. Well, now I get to blame Dad for that. So, you know, payback. No adapter. I'm going to have to make a cable on stream. That's a bit embarrassing. Oh, there it is. Not much thunder here. Well, there's another power flicker. Wow. Didn't look that bad on radar. But you're in the know because you're living it, mate. Set. That was New Zealand I was speaking there for. Let's set everything to 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Master, balance, crossover, I don't know, whatever. Bridged mono. Ooh. Has he bridged this thing and he's unaware of it? Bridged mono in on. That's confusing. Bridged mono. So it says, this is like, these manufacturers got to understand that they're talking to musicians. So, when it says bridged mono in/on, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah, it was terrible, Kiwi, I know. So when it's in or on, it should be in equals on. So to me, the slash means divided by or in or on, right? So bridged mono in. Does that equal on? Let's turn it off. At least they've set the switch back a bit. Biamp mode off. See, this is less ambiguous here. On, in, off, out. That's great. But what the fuck does this mean? Anyway, let's turn that off and check again for DC, because that output there might have been, actually, I'll check the bloody fuse rating first. That's what I should have done before I turned it on. That might have been that one with no DC offset might have been disconnected. Ooh. There's some fluid in the fuse holder area, and the fuse looks like corroded. T5L. Socket itself looks dry. Got continuity. Well, we know that because it turned on, but I was just seeing if there's any excess resistance, because it looks like the fuse has been fatigued a bit. I'll probably replace that. Audio file juice. Yeah. Enhance. Okay, so that the indicator LEDs aren't changing when I'm switching shit. So that's a bit of a red flag. And I think from memory, these LEDs don't do anything. They just light to be pretty, which is pretty fucking stupid if you ask me. But compressor, oh, that would only kick in when it's active, when it's actually compressing. But the input pad indicator is stuck on. Bridge / mono. Okay, so that's lighting when I click it. And the rest are just clipping the LEDs from memory. Solid silver fuse, yeah. Possible rotation headed your way. We talking about tornadoes? Tostitos? So I'll just check the DC offset again, since we've switched it to stereo whatever mode. Still got like 190, minus 190 on that side, and almost nothing on the other one. So where was I? Schematic, wasn't I? As a non-drinker and designated driver for life, your reviews are interesting, but I don't like the taste of beer or alcohol, so the fruity ones are of more interest than the near beer ones. Alright, Jerry. I've done a few that were not beer related, but I'll probably do a few more. He's got tortilla chips. Axe Brad Travis is on it. No power loss here. Rotation, yeah. So you're talking about possible tornadoes. I've seen 22 shell casings used as fuses. That's dancing with danger. Wow. Where are you, Alan? Yes, sorry, getting distracted. Schematic. World Tour 800. Is there like 50 versions of it, or? No, it's just 50 pages. Right. Right, there's our output stage, there's our bias pot. And on the feedback loop, there should be an offset adjust. Yes, there it is, VR1, 1 meg. VR1 is the offset adjustment. Right, okay, so I'll show you that here. Let's violate some copyright laws again. I'm small enough a channel that no one gives a fuck. Alright, so, there's your output stage. Bias trim pot, set to 7 millivolts between A and B. So A and B would be one of these bias sense resistors, more than likely. Yeah, so A is there. They're not bias sense, sorry. They're emitter resistors. They're known by various names. I just call them emitter resistors, but emitter or source resistors, if it's a FET output stage, generally FET stages, you don't find them there because the FETs have a positive temperature coefficient, so transistors have a negative where they run away as they get hotter. So their resistance drops as the die gets hotter, and if there's one that's switching on at a lower bias voltage before the others, and it's taken a bit more of the heat, or it's got just a lower resistance and generates more heat, it'll get hotter and it'll take even more of the load until it runs away and becomes a hot spot and blows up, goes short circuit. These mitigate that to some degree, so they balance them out, and you can also conveniently use them as bias sense resistors because you're sensing the drop across them between point A and point B. I don't know where point B is supposed to be, but essentially between there and there. It looks like they've forgotten to put the B there. Oh no, down here. Okay, so you're measuring across both of them. Right, so you're measuring both sides at once. That doesn't tell you any imbalances, but you just measure across each one, and that'll tell you any imbalances. But the voltage you're looking for is 3.5 millivolts per side, so 7 millivolts from that point to that point. You can do the calcs and figure out what that is in milliamps, but you know, it's quoted here, so we'll just stick to that. And then that's our offset adjustment. So this goes back to balancing the driver stages. Up here, the pre-VAS voltage amplifier stages, and the balancing between the two. And you can see that trim pot is VR1. So by adjusting that, let's plug in a meter. We can adjust the DC offset on the output. So let's bloody well do that. I know you're only interested in valve amps. Sorry, tube amps. Tubes. Hey, you gotta change the tubes. Yeah, they're wearing out. Ping. That's interesting. Wasn't that the other one that had a bit of an offset before? Come on, mate. Get in there. Get in the hole. You're too good for your home. 230 millivolts. It was. I know it's worse Kiwi because it wasn't. It was Brooklyn. Hey. You know I'm shit at accents, Lyle. Stop teasing me. 208, 205. This is a multi-turn pot. Now, do we have to go so far because something's wrong? Or has someone tweaked this around? Okay, we've hit the end and we're at 68 millivolts. So something may be throwing that a bit out. It'll be something after the last decoupling cap. Alright, that's gone down to 64 now, which is weird. This is over this side. You can't really adjust the bias until you've adjusted the offset, because if there is an offset, that would be affecting the current, the output stage if it's under load. R19. Why are there two R27s? Alright, we must have a different board here because we've got all R29, R30. Oh no, that's right. It's R29's on the output. We can measure between. It'd be nice if they gave you a more convenient test point, but anyway, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Can't get to the bloody thing because of the collar on the lead. But I think the output stage, point being the output stage I think is functioning fine, other than that offset, which we'll have to have a look at. R30, so that's that pin there. And R29. It's reading half a volt. 500 millivolts, really? Really? I don't think so. I think we'd know about it if that had half a volt across it. I'm reading the wrong side. So that goes 8.3, 6 millivolts. Yeah, I was reading the I was reading the base, which would have about half a volt on it, because that's the bias. So we're reading about what we'd expect on that side for the bias. As for the other side, about 5 millivolts, so a little bit cooler, but nothing crazy there. And you can tell because we're looking at the mains, and it's 20 watts, not fucking 200. So nothing's running away. So let's have a listen. Got a bit of offset there, but not, as they say in Chernobyl, not great, not terrible. No hiss. And no signal. Let's go into the effects return. I'll turn the master down a bit so we don't kill our ears. Where are we? Pre-effects. Can't read a friggin' thing. Let me spin it around a bit. Post effects return. Nothing. No signal at all. Let's see if we get any headphone output. Get noise. You can hear the master being a little bit scratchy. You can hear the pad. Nothing. What if we go into the effects return there? There's something there. So yeah, a bunch of weird shit going on. Alright, tracing time. Beauty of having the headset mic is you don't get deafened by the whine from the oscilloscope anymore, which is nice. See, Scotty, can't remember if I said that yet or not. And we're talking about linguistics. Alrighty then. So, probe time. Is the valve glowing? Doesn't look like it, and it's cold as a crab. That's our first problem. Can I get in there and check the voltage? I can remove the valve and check the voltage. Feels to me like there's no heater supply there at all. Are we going DC on those heaters? Not sure. No heater supply again. Huh. Alright, where's the valve sit in the scheme of things? Oh, wait. Pin 4. -8 volts. Why is pin 5 not connected to anything? Alright, so this is me being a dumbass. But you can be a dumbass and still fix shit. 1 and 6. Pin 1 and 6. So they're running the valve in parallel. What? Schematics leaving a lot out, which is always fun. Alright, so the schematic's not telling me a lot. There's a lot of just shit that's not connected to anything in it, and it's not showing where it's connected to. Gonna try it with a known good valve. I hear an oscillation and it's rising in pitch, getting louder. Yeah, that's the scope, bro. It's up here. Could put a low pass. Lightning just struck a tree in my backyard. Jesus. The Cartman method. What? It's getting louder. Now it's 2 oscillations. They are killing me. Well, that's what you get for having good monitors. Yep. Now, this light's fucking up my scope. What's going on with the scope? It's not triggering. Something's fucking it up. Is it this light? Yep, it's that light. Isn't that great? Switch mode, shitty power supplies. Oh, you gotta look at my face in the dark for a bit. It's better. Things would be a lot easier if it wasn't for this marketing valve. Interesting. Someone's removed C12. Could be a factory revision. R11, C3. No, none of these components are corresponding to the board in front of me. I think I got the wrong schematic legends for the preamp at least. Nope, hang on. Michelle's here. That's just Michelle. She came down and didn't bring me coffee. So that's the first strike. So the schematic I've got shows the input as a header. The version I've got in front of me shows the input's a jack. 1 meg. R2 2.2K. No, that is the right one. See ya. Bring me a coffee next time, would you? Oh well, it's your fault. Should have woke up at 5 AM. Copyright strike, mate. C3. Okay, I'm just blind. C3, R11. Where's R11? Why'd she leave the door open? I'm not open yet. Oh, almost though. So where the flippin' heck is R11? There must be a trace pissing off to the other end of the board somewhere. It's not the most fun to work on because you've got multiple layers of boards because of all the controls on the front. Anytime you got like 2 rows of controls on the front panel, you know it's going to get a little bit annoying to figure out. Might have to remove that board across the top here. It controls the EQ and the input pad. So the input pad, you'd imagine, be around the input, yeah? But it's actually S1? S101? No? Yeah, so nothing's really corresponding to the schematic. Some of them are, but R11, my kingdom for R11. This is fucked. I think I'm going to go, champions. I'm running out of coffee. I'm going to have to go. But we didn't go whiskey shopping yet. So, do we want to do that first? I'm going to have to remove some boards on this thing and have a deeper dig into it. Welcome to Eden, yeah. I've been here before, Lyle. The Garden of Eden. I have walked the Garden of Eden before. Alright, so let's go whiskey shopping. The Rare Liquor King. Ow. Piss off. Turn off scope. Now you've gotten used to the sound, now it's gone. Coffee versus whiskey. Well, I'm going to get coffee today, but I'm going to order whiskey today as well. He used to have hair. Did I though? Desk share. Whiskey. The Rare Liquor King in Melbourne. Oh, they've redone their website. Now, I'm going to go $100 or less because I'm a cheap fuck. I've been thinking about this one here. Why is the menu now stuck there all the time? That's shit. You can only see this little... This is shit web design. You can only see this little window of things there and you've got this constant menu there. The page didn't used to be like that. They've just changed it like recently, like yesterday. And now it's so annoying I don't want to even use it. Well, that sucks. Ugh. Web design is a motherfucker, eh? Like, if you want a fully customized solution, you pretty much got to have a full-time IT guy to to develop it and maintain it. All of these templates that you've got to make your website out of, they all pretty well suck. And they're designed for, like, someone that sells, like, wool or something. Or, like, you know, they sell, like, 4 products. If you've got 1 million products, there's not many platforms that you can use without customization. So you can see the prices here are nothing like they are in the States or overseas because we pay fucking massive, stupid amounts of tax for alcohol. Oh, and tobacco too, for that matter, but that I can sort of understand. Alcohol's just, I don't know, they're just taking the piss. I've had that one. That wasn't bad. Evolution. Glen Glassell. Sazerac. Highland Park. I've had that. It was pretty overrated. Basil Hayden's is not bad. For $60, it's pretty well unbeatable. The Freud 10 is always favourite, but sold out. I kind of want to try some new stuff. I don't want to just buy the same old things. I had Glendalough. I think the pot still was my favourite. I think it's a little stronger. Haven't tried the Gospel yet. I'm instantly turned off by anything with, alluding to religious undertones. It's just me. I was sort of like, is this supposed to be a cross too? So yeah, anything with sort of religious undertones, tends to turn me off a bit. Morris is great. I haven't tried this one yet. Morris is Australian. Ardmore is pretty much unbeatable for that price range. It's the best under $70. Just end of story. Unless you don't like smoky stuff, and then you wouldn't like it. Abler. That was okay, but pretty bland for the money. I prefer their cask strength one, which was really good. Hennessy's just a wank. Although that's cheap Hennessy. I was thinking of trying the Woodford Reserve. I haven't really dug into that yet. Yeah, we pay massive stupid amounts of tax for everything. Yes, we do. See you, Alan. Coffee and whiskey don't need to be in competition. They can live side by side. Feels like Canadian liquor prices. Yep. Where does all that fucking money go? It goes right into the government's pockets, mate. Love me some Jesus in a bottle. Morris looks good. Well, it tastes good too, Scotty. The Balcones bourbon is good. I want to try some new stuff and some bourbons too. I have tried Gentleman Jack. I grew up on Gentleman Jack. It was one of the relapsing. No, I'm not relapsing, Dave. I'm just ordering in preparation because we're coming up to the end of Dry July. There's only a week left. So if I order next week, it'll get here the week after, just in time. Try Gentleman Jack. I have, so like I say, I pretty much, that was like the premium spirit that we knew about back when we were 18, 20. So if there was some big event, we'd get a bottle of that. And I didn't drink it for ages because I just went off whiskey altogether. But only just recently got into it, start of COVID, just like a lot of people, I think. And tried a Gentleman Jack again, and I was quite impressed. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. But yeah, it was good. Gentleman Jack isn't bad. Yeah, you got to get it all planned out, Dave. That's right. Well, the worst thing in the world would be, it's Tuesday, 1st of August. Go looking for a whiskey and I don't have any. That'd be pretty dumb, wouldn't it? Old Forester I haven't tried yet. Does anyone recommend that? Old Forester as a neat drinking spirit, sipping spirit. The Japanese stuff seems a bit overpriced and overrated. I've tasted some. The Fuji special release was fantastic, but that was a special release. The Yamazaki I haven't tried yet. But there's several different versions of that as well. Abler Abundant. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. That's really good. I like that one, but I've had it before. So I want to try the Ben Reich. The Smoky 12 is the one I'm in the market for. I want to try that. Glenmorangie's a bit meh. That one, anyway. Oh, is that the one? No. Their other yellow label one. That was a bit meh. Lagavulin 16 is one of my favourites, but again, I want to try some new stuff. Stuff that I haven't had before. Frog triple wood. I thought that said mating season there. Malting season. Book a nose. I've seen this for decades and I've been meaning to get a bottle, so I might try that one as well at some point. This one I have had, the Musket Barrel Morris. That was one of the special releases, exclusive at the time for the Whiskey Club. And it was cheaper than that, so that was a good deal. I haven't tried the peated Glendronach yet. I've just tried the 12 and the exclusive Whiskey Club one, which was like cask strength. Smoke season, that sounds interesting. I'd like the smoky ones. Me. Willet Family Whiskey Pot Still Reserve. I tried one of them in the city the other week and I was pretty impressed. That was pretty good. There's a bar in the city which I fitted out the PA for called Jolene's. It's obviously a country and western style underground bar in York Street in Sydney. And they've got like 350 American whiskies. It's insane. The whole wall is just American whiskies. Then they've got a couple of scotches over in the corner, but everything's American whiskey there. It's a good place to try out bourbons and stuff. See what you like. It's also good because I fitted the PA out. Every time I go there, he gives me all the drinks on the house, which is handy. The Balvenie Caribbean cask, that's great. I might get one of them because I've only had a 1 dram of that because Dad's got a bottle, and I did like it. And I got the heads up on that one from Elaine. Thank you, Elaine. Oban, for the price, I think was pretty bland, although I think I had the 12, not the 14, but I can't see it being massively different after 2 more years. I don't really want to go to the 150 price range because I'm not rich. So yeah, that's their range. Oh, the Ardbeg. How come I haven't seen any Ardbeg under 150? That's not a good sign. 10 years is 100. That used to be like 75. It's so fucked. It's going up like $10 every year. This one's fantastic, but I ain't paying 175. I can't really justify that kind of cost in whiskey. The 10 and the 5 are great. This was the first bottle that I ever bought myself. What a whiskey to start with. It was all sort of, yeah. It wasn't COVID that got you on the whiskey. It was the jab. I had whiskey before I had the jab, mate. So, holy fuck, that was expensive. Yeah, well, that's Australia for you, man. Don't come here if you want to drink, essentially. Don't come here if you smoke cigars either. So I was looking at the, what was it? The Cohiba Siglo cigar, which is like $58 here. So that's probably like high 40s. At the high 30s to $40. Or what? No, like $30 in American at the moment. But then you buy it in America and the same cigar is like $4, $5. And over here it's 10 times that. It's just bullshit. It's not like people are getting addicted to smoking via cigars. Like it's the people that drink smoke the cheapest packs of skunky cigarettes ever that, shouldn't. I can't drink whiskey anymore. It's not about intoxication, but it strips out my stomach lining. Fucking hell. Are you adding water to it, Lyle? That's not good. I mean, you're not supposed to drink cask strength straight, but people do. Sometimes I do, but I try not to. I suspect the mixers would be the same here, but you just can't even find it. Oh, let's have a look at the other one, Nick's Whiskey. Nick's Wine, I believe. Yeah, Nick's Wine Merchants, but they've got lots of whiskey. Where are we getting it from? Alright, spirits. I've been meaning to try the Indian, what's it called? It's John something. These are Amaroot and Paul John. I've been meaning to try because I've heard good things about Indian whiskey. You can see the scores there are pretty high. They got the 1 litre Scotch super deals, but they're not super deals. They're pretty shit deals. Single malt Scotch. They used to have a little guide. Oh yeah, here we go. Peaty Smoky. Yes, this is a good page just for learning about whiskey. Don't mind drinking. Fuck the collectors. Matches found. Good. Smoky Scott. Cool Ela. 5 year. That'd be pretty sprightly. $75. Ardbeg's got these marketing packs, but you know, that's actually not a bad deal. That's $80 for 3 200ml tasters. That'd be a good gift. But yeah, Ardbeg's all about the marketing now. They're pretty hectic with it. Let's try another one. Peaty Smoky. Let's go 100, 200. Don't mind drinking. Oh, let's go either. Matches found. I should hope so. The Ardmore. Oh, that's a litre. But yeah, the 750 was $60 and the litre is 110. So yeah, nah. Aaron's another fantastic and underrated distillery. Lagavulin 8, man, that used to be under $100. Now it's 115. Cool Ela. What was that? 120. Yeah, that's gone up. Everything's gone up. Ardbeg 8 for discussion. Yeah, righto. Talisker is good. The 10 was, you know, it's good, but it goes up and down. It's not consistent from batch to batch. I've never had a peated Aaron before, so this is curious. Scores aren't brilliant though. Batch may vary. Ooh, it's never a good sign. I do like the Aaron's though. Monsters of Smoke. Ah, that's just a 10, the 5 and the Anoa. They used to have one like this that came with a t-shirt. So you can advertise for them for free. Anyway, have a think about it. Get one that starts with Glenn, then has random string letters, vowels optional. Yeah, Glenn. Inverness, west of Belfast. 875. How you going, champ? Ardbeg 10 is great. Well, I think I'm going to piss off. Got to open the shop. It's 3 minutes till open. 9:20. Well, my watch is saying 24 and the computer's saying 27. But anyway, I'm going to piss off. I'm going to figure out this thing. And put those other ones together and clean them up. And probably order the correct caps for that Fishman. Although I'm pretty tempted to send it out as that. And finish a refret. Fret hone, get three or four refrets started, 4 or 5 refrets started, stainless, and carry on the onslaught. I've got a Vox, well, we talked about the videos coming up, a Vox JMI AC30, which I'm assessing and getting into doing videos when I can. The Marshall Super Bass, which I've got the parts on the way for. So we should do a nice big video series on that. And do all of this before I start drinking again. Because then it'll be right off. No, just joking. So yeah, thanks for joining us, legends. Remember the link for Dry July is floating around. down in the description. If you want to jump on, chuck us $5, $10. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'll have to track all these down, send you some stickers or something for donating. That'd be nice. Cost me $5,000 in postage, but anyway. I might sneak up the road and get a quick coffee before I open. So have a good one, legends. Have a good weekend. It's not even started there yet. Go and watch Oppenheimer because it's fantastic. Allow 3 hours because it's huge. Make sure you don't drink too much during it because you're going to have to piss like 4 times and miss a bunch of stuff. You've really got to pay attention to that movie too. I reckon it's one of those movies that you can watch over and over and you pick something up each time because it's like, you know, there's a lot going on. But yeah, fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one, legends. See ya.